he took it, he'd go, he'd get a toss back, and it ended up being just absolutely ridiculous, the amount of times. I think, I don't remember, but I remember it was like the off lane, just a horrible time, because he just would come forward a little bit, immediately the toss back, they slow him down, stun him, and just murder constantly.
10 seconds.
They banned Lina now. You know, we saw the other day Lina into the Huskar matchup, fantastic against him, but I'm looking at, if they were to go Huskar here, is it really that good against Forward Gaming, what they're bringing to the table right now? And it doesn't feel like it, so I don't think it's setting up for that, but...
Could be an OD pick as well.
Yeah, there's still an OD left in the pool.
That's here we've seen.
They banned Pugna. Yeah, we're probably going to see OD.
Yeah. So the OD is going the other way, yeah.
Yeah, there's no way OD is going to be left over for Evil.
I think that one's on my side, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember picking up a lot of ODs, because OD has been getting a lot of business.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of, Luna, Lifestealer, OD. These are kind of like the winners, it feels like, of this patch so far.
OD's, up there for sure.
10 seconds remaining.
Now a hero for Sumail into the OD matchup.
It's going to be rough.
Dazzle's still in the pool. And
Okay.
I know he has been running that. We also know that Dazzle just wins that matchup straight up. We've seen it multiple times now.
Rubik, go back to that.
Yeah, would fit the Luna push lineup as well, but on the other hand, it might mean then you have a solo core Luna, which is a bit of a gamble into definitely a dual core lineup on the other side.
What about a Razor?
Razor, yes, could work as well.
Also a lane dominator would be kind of handy if you've got, that Faceless Void gets a nice Chronosphere, but Razor's on the outside just saps the damage.
They have Surge and Toss to kind of help against link targets.
True.
So I do like it for the laning stage, but throughout the game that could be annoying for when you're trying to link targets up.
Right.
He is a lot beefier, though. You could also...
Okay, the Clinks.
Clinks also works, yes.
I just saw that, actually.
Yeah, didn't do well last game, but that was a much different matchup there.
This is Sumail, too. We have to keep...
Sumail, yeah,
Clinks is many reasons. Great pickup into OD. I'm not sure why I forgot about that, actually. Maybe it's because we just saw it fall flat on its face.
That's possible. So, prediction time. Are we going to bleed blue with Evil Geniuses? Are we going to march forward there with Forward Gaming? What's your take on it?
I like it. That was good.
Thank you.
That Klink's final pick, huh? For Sumail there. I always like seeing this OD Faceless Void combo. I think it's that Chronosphere sets up great damage and steal for the OD, and then the hammer being laying down with the Sanity's Eclipse. So with that logic, I'm going with Forward Gaming.
Okay. What about you, Kips? What are we thinking?
I'm leaning towards the side of EG, because you're going to have to roam into mid to deal with this Klink shutting down your OD, and that's going to, either fail or give so much space to Luna that you can't really catch back up to that. And they've got a really strong pushing lineup going here. A lot of tower damage, a lot of teamfight presence, so I'm going with EG.
All right. I am going to have to bleed blue. I really enjoy the draft coming out from EG. I like that Luna. I think they've got, like you said, really strong pushing potential. And I think sometimes that Forward struggles a little bit to get back into the game if they start to lose that advantage. So going EG, and Production's going to go with Forward Gaming.
Good choice.
Evening it up. Did I get my point for the previous game yet, by the way?
Did we put those on? I thought we did during the break.
I did not. So unless somebody else did, all right.
Gimme.
Okay. Fair.
I'm not concerned.
Fair.
I'm in the lead.
It was just Kips, right? Or was it
Kips
production as well?
Probably.
Yeah.
All right.
Production.
Production's always got to be contrary, right?
Prepare for battle.
What is this 9 million over here?
9 million. Is production
Wait a
cheating?
second.
Production.
They're disqualified.
We'll have words about that in the next break.
Lost in the woods, are ya?
Alrighty.
They're all...
I don't know. I love the addition of the chat wheel. Having all the different phrases, having my party horn. Party horn is my favorite. The best again was still that guy that had an actual party horn and would open his mic and do it back at me.
Say that to my face. What is that about? It's a fun chat going on here.
I think my favorite one is Legion says nice mustache.
Okay.
I didn't see the RTZ part.
Fighting words. Like, these
It's,
two teams obviously know each other
yeah.
very
Oh,
well.
yes.
I imagine that
All
they
in
are
good
also
fun.
each other's top scrim partners, so there must be a lot of like mind games going on in this draft as well that we're not even aware of.
Just some friendly dance between friends, right?
They're very familiar with one another, you know, even just in this universe, and obviously his history with EG. So amongst many of the storylines, SVG, former coach for them a couple seasons ago, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah, they do go for that aggro try that we were discussing here. Be interested to see if they decide to try to block this camp.
No, they just want division, and I think like if it's understandable because it's an Elder Titan, right? You can use those camps to get your damage up and smack people in the face with your stapler. So
As a chair forward would be keen or wise to that right away. But again, you know, they can still pick up a sentry later on, try to block it, whatnot.
I've heard stapler, I've heard briefcase, I've heard
This one's a
hammer.
baby rattle.
Like,
Yeah,
this
this one's
baby rattle. Okay, that's a new one for me.
It
Just
depends
got an
on
arsenal
your
of
hats.
weapons, apparently.
Depends on your hat. So we will see Universe doing the typical just cutting the creep wave and going in jungle with that. So I don't think we're going to see anything too crazy in that top lane just yet. Bottom lane should be a bit of a slugfest again. We see the Aspa Spirit just walking around, casually adding a little bit more damage to the punching potential of that Elder Titan.
So the interesting part is that the Tiny right now is not yet bottom, so this is not a try versus try. Only an aggro try coming out from EG.
He's at the shop right now up there. See, yeah, I'm wondering if it's going to TP, but there you go.
Yeah.
Realizing that he is needed at that bottom lane.
I imagine that they realized that a while before. Maybe they wanted to give the two heroes that were already there a little bit more experience.
Did he get level 2? Yeah, he did. Okay.
Or, yeah, the other way around could be as well.
Yeah. So now he has that combo. And they don't know he's down here yet. Obviously, he's missing on the map, so they can safely assume that he might be in the area, but...
He's waiting for that perfect toss, you know
yeah.
he is.
Oh, yeah.
Just looking at Fly over there like, come a little bit closer here, Fly.
He's going to wrap around. Yeah, Fly would be the ideal target, of course.
Oh, they spot him. Look, immediately they turn around. The avalanche coming through here.
There you go.
There's going to be the toss right back. Hi there, Fly. And they should be able to find this as their first blood.
And that goes back to, that's all because of getting level 2 on him in the beginning. That was completely planned out by Forward Gaming, so talk about a great heads up. And that's a strategy at its finest right there. That's what you expect from these top tier teams, obviously, in NA.
It's so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like, come to the realization, right, of why they do the things that they do.
That's the funnest part for me. Always first assume that they know what they're doing and then try to figure out what was that.
Right, right.
They don't always, though. Let's be,
No,
But in that case,
always assume. Always assume first, and then maybe, you know, a couple of hours later you're like, I give up.
I couldn't figure
That's
it
when
out.
that's when you just ask them, and then you're like, oh yeah, I don't know what I was doing.
Why did they pick Weaver into Doom? Let's think
Brady
about
is so
this.
hung up on that.
Don't pick Weaver.
I saw he like made a tweet earlier. Just please stop picking Weaver.
Just stop.
I do like the way that they are kind of trying to deal with, you know, the Starks here with the Sand King. That was a good point out, Kips. Like the fact that, you know, if he tries to surge, you can just Burrow Strike. And you've also got that Sandstorm, too, that can kind of contest a little bit.
Double Stout Shield as well on the Darkseer. It's being pointed out right there. Extra protection. What kind of build we're going to see on the Sand King? Honestly, the drums, I go back to that. I really like the new drums and that move speed for the individual hero. I could see Sand King definitely benefiting from that, and wouldn't be surprised to see something along those lines into the eventual Blink, of course, but maybe as a start.
It feels very, like, it's interesting, right? Because you've got these two different tri-lanes facing off against each other. They've got the Elder Titan, obviously, on the side of EG here, which is kind of like the king of tri-lanes, but you've also got a very aggressive MSS, right? Who's going to be able to, you know, get this toss back. And it just feels like they're playing so careful. And again, we get this moment where he's looking for this opening, grabs a creep, unfortunately. But we'll trade off a couple hits here with crit.
Yes, and the funnest part for me is that you can see that the aggressive heroes are on the defending side, the defensive heroes are on the aggressive side, so it's actually EG who are sitting there, you know, waiting until someone goes on them and reacting, even though they are technically the aggressive tri-lane. They're not really looking for kills here yet. Like, maybe they can do that once they push the wave on the tower, because then obviously the toss back loses its strength. But that is a much slower game than forwards.
I love the solution again for the Darkseer here. We've got 37 and 1 CS. Oh, bottom lane. Looks like Crit might have gotten tossed back there. One more hit from the tower or from Rezo. will be able to secure that kill. And
Team
MSS doesn't have much for mana. Does have himself the... oh, there it is.
Jeez.
Right back again. Come back here, Fly. We want to give you a big ol' hug. Time dilation coming out. Luna trying to do whatever she can, but it's not looking really good for Fly right now. They're looking for the stomp. Not going to be able to quite connect it. Fly is actually going to be able to walk away from this engagement.
That was like 5 or 6 hits with no time lock. Oh, okay, he doesn't have it. Never mind.
That'll be why.
Well, I assumed we were going to see the 1-1-1 build with the time dilation, but yeah, he actually doesn't have it, so that would make sense. MSS, he has to avoid the stomp, but...
No, there's going to be the nightmare. A couple more hits from Fly, that should be his kill. Rezo also just joining into the fight here. Do have a Mango over here on Fly. Will use the Brain Sap, try to buy himself a little bit more health and time. And a couple of right clicks here. Just very slowly chipping away at Fly. They will find the kill.
That's a decent trade-off for losing the rune there. Meanwhile, though, I'm actually surprised that this mid lane matchup is still not pivoting the way of Klinks, and I was expecting that by now he'd have pulled ahead, but Yawar is doing a very good job of not letting his brother get to him.
The brotherly agreement?
I think the only agreement there is war.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, it's very competitive.
I'm sure. I've got a brother, man. You always want to one-up each other. Look at the stack. I can't believe they didn't block that.
That's quite the hefty
Allow
stack.
Crit to do this?
Well, they're going to have to fight over that for sure.
Oh yeah, but you know.
And they can perhaps pull the wave on into that as well.
Well,
Look at that. First time the Tiny gets space to roam.
MSS playing a little close there with all those skelly men hitting them.
Yeah. And this is what I was talking about earlier. You can't actually, like, you need to keep that tri-lane pressure up. Because you can't afford to let that Tiny roam on your mid lane. And that's going to definitely be the OD's lane saved now.
I mean, not that I needed more selling on this hero, but Tiny really has been proven to be such a good support, that toss specifically. And again, seeing how Forward Gaming's using it like so many others, just simply as that toss over and over and over again, in this case with that trial lane and getting these initial kills. So, and now he's finding himself at the top lane, like he's been in every single lane so far. He's going to use the Iron Shell to farm even.
Clever. You can do this with Ricky and stuff as well.
What service? What a good teammate,
get
right?
the experience
Just like, here you go.
Give him the gold. Win-win.
We're satisfied with that. Alright.
I was going to say something about that, but now I'm unsure. Oh yeah, the Tiny.
I can take a moment because we're going to have a Murdering a Fly go on while you're trying to recall. It was a good stomp coming through here now. Crit, forced back. I think Rezo probably just wants to go in farm, although it gives us kid a nice bash. But we'll just go right back.
Now he has a leveled up.
Now he does, indeed.
Yeah, so forcible displacement is what I was getting at.
Yes.
One of the strongest mechanics in the game, and
Oh, the epicenter getting used over here in mid on Yawar. He's going to try to hide himself in the trees. This Sand King taking a decent amount of damage, but I think they'll still be able to find
be
this
careful,
He gets a kill, though.
That was a
Well
bit of a
played.
miscue from S4, sitting way too close to the Astral Imprisonment, went back in.
he needed to give vision though. Otherwise they do not get the last hit there.
Is under attack.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame that he dies for that, but at the same time, they also needed to get a rotation down there.
To go back with what you were saying, though, Kips, about, you know, forcing different movements. Right, like that's one of the reasons why, you know, Force Staff is so absolutely valuable, and also one of the reasons why Vengeful Spirit, you know, will get picked up, because it's one of the few heroes that can actually change your placement. So it's very, very value. Everything, yeah, Glimpse, X marks the spot on the Kunkka.
And I'm one of those people who thinks that Fudge will always be powerful because he has the most true displacement spell in the game. Because it does not require the opponent to have been in a place previously, like Glimpse or X marks. It does not put Pudge himself in the danger zone, and you do not have to go in yourself.
Oh, they jump over here onto Rezo. He's going to be able to time walk out, just narrowly missing that stomp.
That's 4 heroes down the bot lane, and he just leaps out.
Choosing not to Nightmare there to set up the Echo Stomp. It could have been a potential, but the safer play by S4. He's still in the area.
Yeah, this is not a great place for you right now. S4 does use that Sandstorm. He's going to try to just use it efficiently. Fly going to help him farm up a bit.
Yeah, Sand King's been feeling good about rotating. He hit level 8 in that laning phase, and we saw him go mid. Obviously, now again, he died as a result of getting that kill, but even finding himself at the bottom lane, but assume he's going to go back to farming now.
It's making a lot of space, though, at the same time. You know, they're constantly thinking about, you know, where's the Sand King? Did get that gank off over on the mid lane, like we said. And it's just being very active, and I like that. I like how active S4 is as an off-laner when given these types of heroes.
Well, he might have to get active again soon because the wave is pushing in on the mid lane and Fly and S4 are lurking. His smoke broke.
Is that a second observer ward right there? Yeah, what's the duration of the other? No, they're similar.
No, they just want the vision. They want to make
Vision
sure that they can
behind
see
there.
things on the side. And I do have the epicenter up and running again over on S4, so this is looking like a potentially good setup here. Nightmare coming out, nice avalanche being thrown out by Tiny. Turn their attention again over onto the Darkseer. We'll be able to go connect with the Burrow Strike. It's going to be the time dilation. Toss comes out, though. They've got their eyes on Flight. They'll take him down, and they're actually going to run this Darkseer back, and it's looking like Tiny might be in for some trouble. There's a lot of damage coming out from this Luna, but they actually can't finish it up, and they lose the Luna themselves. Now there's going to be the Surging coming out here for Resolution. He's just going to chase down S4. Does get a nice badge, and he uses the card just for good measure.
He could have picked up
Bounty runes!
Bounty runes.
And the bounty rune. Oh my
Runes!
god. GG.
Resolution, great player. Not so much right there. No. It was
4.5 out of 5.
Four, yeah,
four and a half.
never give up the
exactly.
5
Never
stars
give
according to
perfection.
Frankie.
That's why we do that right there, man. No, but that was he leveled up Chronosphere mid-fight because he hit level 6 after his first or second kill, I think it was, and then that's why that Chronosphere came out eventually too. So, yeah, great job by him as well as a team effort. And again, trying to kill the Darkseer initially, that's going to be a tough kill.
Yeah,
always.
no matter what. And Smell was actually a little bit late on rotating in there because you could see that he was, you know, he came into the fight, he was ready to connect for the follow-up, but by the time that his damage was really needed, he just wasn't there yet. So he's going to be threatening the bot lane here now, and would be surprised if I'd see any more attempts on Resolution. I saw he could get out now, and Universe actually coming in here as well.
Maybe just looking to push the wave, or...
It's almost like they're baiting. There's been so much action down here that they probably just assume they're going to try again. The Clinks was down there as well, but he's instead going elsewhere. Building that medallion as you'd expect. Sand King queuing out the Blink next now. He had the put a Defiance queued up for a bit there, but changing his mind, figuring he needs to get the initiation.
Well, he is kind of the main source of initiation coming out from the side of EG. Like, you know, maybe you can get a cheeky, you know, Echo Stomp or, you know, use the Nightmare and whatnot. But definitely, they need that big grand entrance sort of thing to make everybody scramble, make a little chaos. And they do know that he's over here. They're trying to bait, maybe?
Again, it's Darkseer, though. You got to be really confident.
Yes. And I think that Universe was also... Universe? Why am I saying Universe? Losing my train of thought there.
Well, Universe on Darkseer?
Yeah. No, I was going for something else. Please ignore. Okay, I'm interested to see, by the way, that we're going back to, after not seeing Helm of the Dominators for a long time, back straight into Helm of the Dominators. We've seen nothing but on Darkseer.
Yeah, it's too good on him, I think. It's just with the Iron Show value. Running at people, farming with it, and you see right here, surging up the Centaur.
Being a little cheeky here with Fly. We'll just burn down his creep instead.
Or will he?
Oh, wow. Yeah, 60 hit points. Fly?
I think it's worth a brain snap. Come on.
He's trying.
Nope.
He's going to deny the
tower. Alright.
Smart.
Nice play there.
And he kept him busy, too.
He's got an Alpha Wolf right there he could take. Not going to yet. I saw Mascomatis just purchased by Faceless Void. He's on top of the net worth chart with his OD partner, so safe to say Forward Gaming in a very good spot. And yeah, look at that, OD, you are going the Midas. And Drum's just finished.
He just finished up the Blink Dagger on the Sand King. That's going to be a big deal here. Looking forward to seeing what they decide to plan with this.
Well,
they dusted.
Had to move.
Toss.
They toss the Lich maybe? Get the Goo Goo Eyes going? I guess not.
You could tell he was trying, but...
Yeah, I think this may be a little bit too far away.
This time.
Oh, Cronus is going to get used in the mid lane, though, and they find a kill onto Fly. Echo Stomp going to put everybody else into a little nap state.
Not the most value chrono ever, but it's going to push mid tower out of this.
Not sure if they could take it. And I think the rotation where they lost Arteezy before was very costly for EG. Because you want to rotate that Luna into the jungle, really get her farming those stacks that you hopefully made before. But instead she's got a Mask of Madness. She's working her way towards the Dragonlance right now, but this is not the speed you want to have, and they have nobody to really create space for her right now.
Smail just saying, get out of my jungle. I don't appreciate you being here. Can't obviously get that kill just yet unless he's got the lockdown. They do have the Fiend script, so I'm not sure if they were thinking about possibly using it on the Darkseer.
Yeah, Klinks is supposed to be that though, right? I mean, again,
Yes.
speaking of the Space Creator using that term, but it's Sumail has his medallion now, and I don't want to say he hasn't been trying to. We've seen it a couple of times, but unfortunately just hasn't come through yet. And this is, again, we saw Klinks the previous game, completely different circumstances and teams and everything, but underperformed in that one as well. So at least as of right now, Klinks has not been the most impressive.
You know, I'm guessing that they're estimating their chances here and they're saying, alright, as long as forward doesn't push these towers too fast, the Luna is actually going to catch up and outfarm. So they're not feeling the hurry to do things just yet. But she does have to, like, I keep coming back to this, that she's not really a solo core now because of the Klinks pickup, but it is still worrisome that he is trailing behind and he is the one who has to, you know, go toe-to-toe with a OD.
There was an SPG there, but
And the Faceless Void.
Radiant's bottom tower
he's out. He is out. Middle tower gonna get put some damage on. There's gonna be Fly TPing in. This is a little bit scary, I think, but
Again, it's Fly. It's a Bane.
Radiant's bottom
Are you gonna dive a Bane?
No,
If it
no.
goes wrong, you're
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
putting yourself up for the possibility of a real counter engagement. So forward, just, you know, take the tower very calmly.
Well, they don't mind seeing TPs there too, because you look at top lane, Faceless Void, he's pushing the tier 2 tower, and
Yep.
so knows that at least a couple of people can't TP up here now, from what he got information on. And he's going to feel very comfortable doing so. In fact, S4 is wrapping around the mid. EG's really trying to force a fight in this middle lane, use that Blink Dagger. But they're not able to get it. Forward Gaming is just doing the better job at reacting right now.
they keep dodging it pretty hard too. They at this point they know that he's got it because he's been showing up in lanes and whatnot. So in fact they get the D ward over here.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Tier 1 mid trade for a tier 2 top, not great.
Yeah, look at them, they're trying to like sweep through the woods over here on the side, figuring that there'd be some sort of setup.
Radiant's middle
Tower gets taken though in the mid lane. They've also lost the tier 2 top though. Rezo's just having a lot of space and is able to hit quite a bit here. In fact, charging after Arteezy is going to be able to quite close that gap. There's a lot of people here though. Fly turning back around. We'll find multiple people. The toss up coming out from Tiny. Then they'll follow up with the Echo Stomp.
Yeah, they chose not to take the Nightmare off him. A little risky, but he is fine, and he's going in.
Still going. Yeah, he wants to find this opening couple match. The Avalanche coming through. Brain Sap will buy him again a little bit more time to jump forward. Coming out from the Sand King, they'll be able to go. They put out the Air Splitter, and they're actually going to be able to take down Fly very, very quickly. And they'll find Crit as well, and they're going to find S4.
no.
There's the Chronosphere. This is exactly what Rezo was waiting for. This is his moment. We'll be able to maybe get that. Yeah, there it is. Final hit coming through. SVG pulling him in over here, giving them the Goo Goo Eyes. They'll find a kill on Sumail.
EG choosing to fight on the stairs there into the high ground. That was them, I suppose, saying we feel like we have the stronger team set up and everything, but you don't. I mean, you have a Chronosphere, Chain Frost, OD Hammer, like, and then obviously on top of the Darkseer Vacuum Wall that really set that all up. That was a odd decision from EG in terms of choosing to fight there, because they definitely could have kept running.
When they were still up on the high ground with the entire group and, you know, baiting out with Fly, I think one of the bigger problems there for them was that Crit actually threw out its Stomp.
Yeah.
And then for not really any return, and that's on cooldown for quite a bit. Faceless Void could go in and basically set up that team fight without being worried for too much of a follow-up. By the time they were fully engaged, there was, well, the OD save coming in great. And it's going to be so hard actually for EG to pump out all of that physical damage that they have from the Luna, from the Klinks, into a lineup with this many saves.
I feel like Arteezy has yet to take a good fight here in a lot of these engagements. It's going to be very detrimental. Do you think he just kind of just hangs out back in the jungle now and just chills for a bit?
I thought that's what he was going to do in general.
Yeah. Again, if it wasn't evident before, you would figure for EG now, they realize they cannot just engage head on. They need that Luna to go beast mode here when it comes to her farm, and So yeah, definitely spend some time getting said items. She was working on the BKB at least next, which is
A
a
lot of
start.
dire heroes here, though. Are they engaging onto...
They're looking at...
He's getting guarded.
Yeah, they'll use the Nightmare. They'll follow up with the Echo Stomp. Oh, they've got the Fiend's Grip as well. When they'll just take him down with that Epicenter. Still chasing over here. SVG might be able to actually get out. He gets surged up. Nice
spot.
fuck you coming out. And there's going to be the Avalanche, though, turning back around. Crit in for some trouble. He's going to get taken down here. Fly is very, very slowed down by that wall from earlier. They'll actually just go, surge up the OD, put in the Astral Imprisonment, and wait very patiently on the other side. The toss comes up, and Brainstab keeps Fly alive just a little longer, but MSS will eventually get himself that kill.
That's more like it, though. That's a great trait. You get the Void kill, you keep all of their heroes busy while your Luna is farming, and...
Oh, no, SVD.
Sometimes you get a little bonus kill on top.
Yeah, that's more like it for Clinks. That's what he likes, of course. Free
Yes.
kill.
And this 1-by-1 style is way more what EG needs to be going for.
Nothing like a bounty rune with a side of dead hero.
Lynch is already dead, though.
Extra dead. Super dead.
Don't you know when you like your fries extra crispy or something
Exactly.
like
Like extra supersize it, you know, extra dead, super dead.
that? Okay, I can get behind
Hey,
that.
Kona.
And yeah, as soon as Arteezy gets this time to farm, he actually just rockets up there. Nobody who can keep pace with the Luna, especially not someone who has been getting these stacks. He had quite a bit of them, especially at the start.
Yeah, they've been taking care of the jungle for Luna pretty well, occasionally finding different stacks here and there, and then stacking just for himself as well.
Yeah, so even though the score looks pretty dreadful, EG's gonna know this as well. They are the kings of coming back in games like this, the kings of farming their way out of situations like this. They probably know that this score doesn't mean anything as towards, you know, their net worth. Their ability to fight, though, is still compromised, obviously, because of the way that these lineups work, the amount of saves on forward, and the general, well, fragility of their own heroes as well.
I do think the BKB is a great answer this game, though, right now for Luna, and she's going to have it here just in a couple seconds. And I say that because really a ton of damage it's going to be blocking. You still get caught in the Chronosphere, sure, but you see all the follow-up damage, you know, from OD and the hammer being laid down. It's things like that. In fact, speaking of OD, he's in trouble. He's going to die here. Fiend's Grip on top of the Echo Stomp, and no chance to react for Yawar. So going a little bit blind. Mid lane, meanwhile, Luna's caught, though, and I think forward might be overall pleased with that.
Yep. I was about to say that's very uncharacteristic of him to just blindly walk up the high ground, but he didn't want to go up the high ground. He wanted to do the pincer movement and meet, you know, what he thought was going to be the protection that was coming in for the Luna from the back. He was going to meet those people, and instead they just focus him down.
West 4 just a little bit too tricky here. Not going to be able to find that kill. SVG, though, despite having that Frost Shield, not going to be enough to save him.
The damage of that Clink's ult is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, if you can keep them near it, you can definitely do some decent damage. So there. See the Orchid and works. Bloodthorn eventually down the line. You see a level 15 talent there, the Searing Arrow damage. 4 Clinks as well. Pipe choice for Sand King. Decide in this game, and kind of goes back to why the BKB is going to be so good on Luna. You know, tons of magic damage actually surrounding this Faceless Void, and the pure damage thrown in there.
And just look at this whole area, just nicely stacked up, being able to clear out these camps. Going to give Arteezy good infusion of gold, and seems fairly safe too.
They've been doing a good job guarding it with wards as well, and it's relatively hard for the Radiant to invade over here. Especially since I imagine they're going to be keeping tabs on Roche now. And because forward is running out of towers. They have 2 more outer towers to take. One of the next goals is going to be Roche and then high ground. And Smil went back for a hand of Midas.
He got that fairly early,
Yeah, he got that early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't see it.
Yep.
After the medallion, I think. Actually, he might have even cut it before the medallion. Either way, it's had that the Orchid again, just around the line now, corner now even.
Yeah, so really that pick-off style. And one thing that they're going to have to do if they want to run that is really split up on the map and force different engagements. They're going to have to throw heroes at the problem from time to time.
What do you think about Arteezy joining in on this gank here, instead of just continuously farming? Thoughts?
Both other times that he came out of his cave, it didn't exactly end well for him.
So you're not liking it.
I mean,
Clinks, he's dead.
Yeah, he is.
There's something like plus 20 gold to get from those? Jeez. That's probably good.
Like, I guess in this case he's safe because his teammate died for it.
Yep.
No, but this is good if you just, need the presence on this side of the map to be able to fight. And they probably had information that indicated that at least one or multiple heroes were bottom, so if you bring 3 on the smoke top, you're going to be able to fight. In that case, like, there's not much risk in him going up there. A lot
They know
less.
that they know S4 is there. They've got the dust. There's going to be the toss followed up with the frost shield. Nice burrow striker away though. S4 trying to run himself back. We'll get the vacuum off. And they're going to go ahead and use the sinister gaze. In comes UR. He says, very nice. I will be taking that kill.
A Chrono, that's missed it
Chrono?
looks like. Or did he kill somebody? No, he didn't kill somebody with
No.
it.
And they're about to kill someone right now though.
And look at that. Good old Roshan.
Chrono's down, but that's going to open up road for them.
So that's going to be an Aegis now on Faceless Void. Who do you give this to, Kips? Faceless or the OD?
Hard to say. I think Faceless is a way better carrier for it, just because when, OD dies, his stacks are gone.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do there? Get new stacks, I suppose, but Faceless
No.
Void is extremely irritating to deal with again.
Now that sheepstick coming through over here will be able to go to the wall vacuum. They'll go and they'll drop the Sanity's Eclipse on the back end though. Smail, he's just chipping through everyone, but he can't finish up with that Astro Imprisonment, the BKB getting used over here on Rezo. They're just going to reset.
I mean, I guess it wasn't a complete disaster to be fair, but man, EG is really feeling confident about taking fights, and it's almost head scratching because Chrono was down, but you still had Eclipse, you still had Darkseer Vacuum 1. We saw both of those come out in succession, so there's just so many big ultimates here on the Radiant side that it's hard to manage around all of them.
This was a very understandable decision though, because they wanted to wait until the Elder Titan was back up, and you can see that Forward has now completely backed off from the pit again, because they don't actually want to be dealing with that stomp. So EG is going to use that a little gap in the action to see if they can find themselves either a pick off or no, they're not going to go for that straight up, or no. Just waiting for Samil to join.
They might be able to find themselves a tiny over here in the woods.
Chain Frost is up. Chrono's probably off cooldown soon.
Look how close they are. They're right in the vicinity now. Sentry on sentry.
It's so close. You know it's coming. Again, that Chrono, it's 10 more seconds for Faceless.
EG, you have to be so careful. They're fighting up into a choke point, like you said, too. Like,
So far, it's been working out somewhat here.
there's a smoke. Surge.
Kind of feel like it's coming, though.
Yeah, this
They're baiting out
breaks.
easy. It feels like if they get the BKB off on him before the Chrono pops, he's going to survive.
They do have the ward over there to keep tabs.
They can't see him.
How are they so close?
Okay, the drag up, they find it in Spores. It's going to be the push over. Immediately, the Chronosphere comes out over onto 3 different heroes. And Rezo just wailing away over here onto Fly. Not going to be able to quite finish him off. There's going to be the Eclipse coming out, though, from the Luna. And there's going to be the Epicenter as he's thrown into the air, too. SVG is going to get taken down. The Chain Frost gets a couple bounces, but again, they have that BKB up and running over on RTZ. And there's going to be the re-engagement, though, coming out from the Tiny. They toss up over onto S4. It's going to be able to burrow strike himself down to the low ground. And EG hasn't lost anyone. The Tiny actually buying back during all that. Fly says, chill out, man. You need to take a couple moments. But Rezo, he's back up. He's going to turn to... Oh, there's going to be the Eclipse. The Astro Imprisonment coming out again. And are they going to be able to burn him down? It's looking pretty good. They find that kill. Rezo, they get the stop off, too, over here onto the OD. Oh, man. In comes Luna. RTZ just going to chip him down as fast as he can. And is actually not going to get the last hit as he's placed into the Astro Imprisonment.
That's a value play, I think there. So EG...
Huh?
Oh,
No, we're not done yet. MSS gets a kill on Samil.
Dire's top tower
as
is
a
under attack.
good way to at least get something out of that entire engagement. What was that? 3 smokes, several wards,
my gosh, yes.
several sentries, and a whole heck of a lot of confusion. I think that S4 there is probably the worst person you can vacuum up the cliff, just because he can just go out again. And
In fact, he did.
yeah,
The chaotic fight is what won in that fight for EG. That's how they need to play these fights. So obviously great execution on their part there. And what I mean by that, it's you had Faceless Void, S4 doing his thing in the back lines with the Epicenter and everything after he re-engaged. But the Faceless Void, as big of a Chronosphere was hitting 3 heroes, including Luna, there was 0 follow-up damage because they were busy being distracted by the Sand King in the back lines. And
was
again,
an amazing stomp from Crit on 3 people on the back line, which is why you saw no OD right clicks come out throughout that Chronosphere at all.
It's really interesting too, the fact that they've got a couple saves. Like you've got the save on EG with the Nightmare, right? If you want to kind of like just buy a little bit more time for someone, but also the OD with the Astral Imprisonment has been so valuable, especially when you're dealing with, you know, something like a Clinks, right? Because Clinks wants to use that strafe, wants to put out as much damage as quickly as possible, but when you're in the Astral Imprisonment for your teammate or whatnot, you just can't do anything. It just immediately interrupts and you have to reset.
We have a Solar Crest finish for Clinks, the Orchid, and we saw the value of that last fight. That's what really helped kill the Faceless Void in the end.
Tiny's on the prowl.
Found Fly. Again, Roshan's still up after all of this. Regen most of his life, just about there. But I could see Forward Gaming waiting for everything to be ready, and it looks like it is. And yeah, they would probably like some kind of pick first. I mean, Bane's dead, but only 15 more seconds.
And he's got the buyback as well.
It's so risky to fight into that pit without any sort of a pick-off, especially when you have, you know, the Elder Titan obviously is a very popular choice for dealing with that, but...
I like that item on crit as well.
The Halberd?
Yes. So, you know, who cares about resolution being in his chrono when, the Elder Titan is going to be sitting so far back. If you actually want to target the ET with your chrono to take him out of the fight, you're going to have to go straight through all of EG.
Right.
So that's really not feasible. So in most cases, he's going to be able to get that halberd off and just disarm resolution, or in case he gets the right positioning, he could also disarm the OD. No damage for you. Because the last time we saw Rezo hitting people in the chrono, he himself was not dealing that much damage.
Right. A lot of it's coming out from the OD, right?
Yes.
Being able to just start stacking up, and
Yor has a hex.
yeah, we saw that last fight,
Yeah.
I believe.
It's a lot of it in the end comes down on who's going to get the jump on who first again. Who's going to get baited, because I do believe that EG still needs to bait out that fight. They can't go first.
We do get the Blink Dagger picked up now over on the Darks here, so that'll be even better for positioning.
Dire are
Yeah, Networth even favoring EG slightly, albeit call it basically even at this
Pretty
point.
minimal.
I mean, you even see the lead, and the graph looks like it's, you know, been a decent lead before. It's only 4K. I mean, it's nothing too up there. This really, as you'd expect with these two teams especially, it's going to be a matter of, you know, who wins that next big team fight, right? And it could be anyone. It's just a matter of that positioning and who gets the better initiation. The fact that we haven't even seen the first Roshan yet, though, at 32 minutes in, and again, we were potentially seeing it, but then it got stopped eventually. It's pretty crazy on top of that.
Yeah, so both teams have the requirements to do it. There's a Solar Crest on Sumail, and then over on the other side they've had the Vlads up for a long time. Both teams can do it, but neither team feels comfortable.
BKB for OD coming. Got 3,200 gold saved up on him. The Sanity's Eclipse multiplier now at level 20. And you see Luna also doing level 20, 8 to all stats, not the sexiest talent, but does work.
Love the way that you phrase that. My goodness.
I mean, yeah,
It's kind of boring, but
very utilitarian, right?
Yeah.
It's not, you see that you think, ooh, give me that. Give me those +8 stats,
Maybe
baby.
some people really like
That's
stats. We don't.
Weren't you the one that? Weren't you the one?
No, king shaming.
I'm so sorry.
Somebody the other day was saying that they missed the stats.
I missed
And that
the
was,
stats.
Yeah, that was you.
I missed the
You're a stats fan.
I miss
So
playing
that's a sexy
Warlock
talent for
mid.
you, Moxie.
Warlock mid and putting points and stats in my Shadow Ward and just running circles around the Shadow Fiend.
And are we going to see the same kind of standoff here? Look at this smoke from EG. Are they going to try the same thing again?
I don't know. I mean, they're about to find themselves an OD if they play their cards right. But look at the positioning coming out from both sides here. It's almost like they suspect something. There is a
They're
BKB picked
baiting
up though
Yor.
now.
Well, doesn't have it yet. It's being delivered,
Oh?
so yeah, we'll have it now.
And now he does fly.
I don't think he also realizes that
Oh, there's a jump forward, Burrow Strike. Follow up with that Echo Stomp, just in case they committed real hard on it, but Reza's still taking a little bit of a nap there in the mid lane.
And then both sides just back off and go back to farming.
Dire's bottom tower
Yeah,
is under
it's a tense game. We've hit that spot of both teams are very aware that it could change very quickly.
And this is the moment for Rezo to go in here. As soon as you know that they're backing off towards bot lane, that's the most distance you're gonna get. So all of these hits he's getting in here right now are basically free. And That's going to be half damage on Roche already. Mid lane getting bursted down. Crit needs to deal with this first.
Oh, and they're not going to allow it. Look at that stomp.
No, that looked fun.
Good vacuum. Good
Using that
vacuum.
into the Centaur. That's another reason why Helm of the Dominator, we've seen that kind of good Darkseer players like Universe, of course, will take full advantage of that Centaur. Vacuum into the AoE stun.
They've got to know. Yeah, you can see them already making their way over there. You know, you've got an Elder Titan. Just throw in the Spirit. Keep tabs on them. Of course, you have to be careful with the Tiny. And again, we have Blink Daggers on the...
That was a bit of an unlucky bash for...
Okay, Vacuum coming through into the wall again. They want to re-engage. There's a Chronosphere on the back end, though. They're going to be able to go and take down Arteezy. He is a non-factor. The buyback coming out immediately. And we do see these little skeleton men. They're doing a lot of damage over here, but Smail, he's actually going to get taken down.
Roche
just wants to be a part of the fight here. There's going to be the Earth Splitter getting dropped in the middle of everything. A nice Echo Stomp coming through. It's going to be the Roche. It's going to get over to Crit. Fly trying to run himself back. It looks like he's not going to be able to do it. And this Chain Frost is doing quite a number over here. Plus the fact that they have the Sheep Stick, of course. We'll go ahead and they'll pop that Aegis. In comes Luna, though. Arteezy's got that Eclipse. He's going to try to chase them back, but they've got the 4-step, and they're just so fast right now with that Surge on top of everything else. Oh, Luna might be in for a little bit of trouble. Crit's still looking for this opening. We'll try to get the Echo Stomp off. We'll find it over onto Tiny. Tiny taking a bit of a nap. In comes S4, thinking maybe we'll get that Burrow Strike in. Avalanche will connect, though. Toss up into the air. And I don't think he was quite expecting that. He's all surged up, though. That is one fast rolling rock right now, but not fast enough because there's going to be the jump up by S4. Sheep Stick getting used as well as the Asper Imprisonment. Arteezy trying to be very, very patient over here. Will be able to land that Lucent Beam, and they finally get that kill.
I don't know what to make. I mean, the Aegis is now taken away. It was a buyback on Luna, so that's of course the biggest thing of the fight, and that's where you would have to favor forward gaming ultimately. But considering how it started, where a pick on a Luna and the Roshan almost being dead at the beginning of that, I think EG can be at least somewhat satisfied with the outcome there.
I'll take your tribute.
And the threat of the Roshan is now gone, so at least EG, who have been showing consistently that they think they can take this game later and out front, are going to have a lot more space now. They don't have to guard that pit anymore. It's going to be quite a while before the big man's up again. So you're going to be seeing them divide the map again, just like this.
They just picked up a BKB on the Elder Titan. I would like to just mention that. Who was that the other day that went like second item practically?
Yeah, I don't if it was Z-Freak or somebody. It might have been SA actually. But I was actually going to bring up, I've actually seen multiple Elder Titans doing this position for. Yeah, and a level 20 talent as well. That 70 attack speed, it basically allows him to just be a massive right-click threat in your face, because remember, his level 4 natural order means when he himself, it's that minus 100% base armor.
All right, well, so everybody say goodbye, Fly.
Goodbye, Fly.
And following up, though, you have S4 jumping through, and they use the BKB. And he's not going to be able to get away. There's too much damage coming out from the Clinks. The rest of the side of Forward Gaming going to have to run themselves backwards here. Arteezy trying to join into the zone too. I don't think they're going to be able to quite catch anyone just yet, although they're slowing down a bit. Yeah, look at this. They go right back into the base. They don't want anything to do. Oh, the Sheep Stick coming out, though, over onto S4. He's a little piggy toss back coming out as well, and there's going to be that wall getting dropped to the back end. They're trying to fight themselves out, and it's going to be the Echo Stomp. We'll be able to find the kill over onto Samael. The rest of the team now, VG trying to run away. You are. He's looking for that opening. Nice jump over coming out from S4. We'll be able to save him there. Might be in for some trouble now. They also have the dust. It's going to be tossed back up. Oh, it clips right onto Crit at the last second. That natural order coming through. BKB is going to have to be used defensively as he's going to TP himself out. Fly, not out of the woods just yet, but he is going to be leaving in a body bag.
He must have a lot of stacks right now. 56.
Look at Arteezy. He's trying frantically to get out there. How much longer on that BKB? Gonna be able to get away? I'm thinking he's gonna be in the light. Ah, there's the vacuum coming through. Ion Shell surged up. Little Darks here. We'll be able to land the Lucent Beam, but the Avalanche will connect as well. Arteezy trying to hide himself around the corner, and he's in the woods with a lot of very unfriendly faces.
Just don't even look. Just walk away.
Cool guys don't look at explosions, guys.
Dark's here. Come on.
Lost in the woods, Arya.
That's 4 heroes dead. No buyback, including Luna, the big one.
Arteezy didn't have a DP scroll while he popped his BKB there.
And they do that without Faceless. I was actually going to wonder if Faceless Foe was buying back right there, because he had to buy back the whole time, maybe TP to the Shrine and go for a big chrono, but clearly they did not need him. It was OD running all over them, and it started with a toss on a Clinks initially to get him killed off the bat, and then they just kind of plowed from there.
Yeah, Sumo went in way too hard after that kill. I think he forgot about the tiny toss back again, but forcible displacement, man, you can't underestimate it. You're going to places you've never been before, and you're not gonna like them.
Yeah, the astral imprisonment, speaking of that, you kind of go to, who knows where you go with that.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy. I'm not sure what happens in a different dimension, but nobody seems to be,
Nobody
happy
wants
to
to
go
go
there.
there.
Yeah.
No one's saying, please send me there.
Dire's middle
Almost level 25 on OD, and again, that 60 more seconds duration of the Arcane Insteel.
This OD has been doing so much work.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Really, really nice Whoa, the jump forward over here.
Yeah.
Rezo sees what he wants, and boy, is he gonna go and grab it right now.
That's his level 20 talent right there. 500 time walk cast range.
I think just falling apart from EG here. I think it just always fascinates me how in a game like Dota, one moment of impulsiveness can just upend an entire game. Because EG has been playing decently well. They've made some mistakes, they've also recovered from them really well. I really like that weird standoff thing we had around Roche.
The peekaboo.
Yeah. You know, they finally get their lucky pick-off, and sadly they push their luck just a little bit too far, and suddenly you're defending high ground.
The heck?
Casual Cardi.
Almost like a huge rock.
Yeah, that was a catapult just getting tossed into the base for good measure.
Raining catapults. The end of days is coming.
Yes, and now you're gonna lose a lot of map control on EG.
Is under attack.
Which is for a lineup that we said again that if you can get that pick off like they got on Rezo before, that's the way you'd ideally want to take these fights and snowball from there. But if you can't split up the map right, then it's getting that much harder to get the pick offs.
Look at Rezo, he's just hitting so hard. He's gonna have that Scotty online fairly soon.
I would actually really like to see an Ags on him, honestly. I think that item is almost undervalued. We've seen it like a couple of times we've had the Faceless Void, but
I don't think he needs it though.
he doesn't need it, but it's a case of he's not necessarily needed to be this big damage dealer either. I mean, Scotty isn't even an item that helps with that necessarily either. Your OD is the one that's dishing out all the damage we talked about. It sets up things like the freezing or the chain frost, and you know, having that 60-second cooldown for the Chronosphere, basically guaranteeing it'll be up every single fight you engage. Not having to wait for this long cooldown.
It just feels too
Beneficial.
utility to me. I think on a position 1 Faceless Void, I would much rather, unless you've been struggling
But
really, really
he's not
badly.
position 1 though this game.
Yeah,
Well, I guess, yeah, when you put it that way.
Arcane Orb helps. He's going in MKB though, and there's a butterfly on Luna, so that's of course a good answer.
What is that courier? It's a little
I
sea
think I-
turtle? Oh
Yeah,
my god.
that's a Korean courier. I actually have that one.
It's so cute. Alright,
Has
sorry.
like-
Back
It's
to
like
Dota.
25 levels with all kinds of particles. I'll show you after the game.
Alright, looks like this is going to be a very dead Elder Titan, although there's the BKB getting used here over by the OD. He has to run himself back as the BKB is also being used. Nice Chronosphere though coming out from Rezo. He's got his own BKB up and running. RTZ is trying to do anything that he can, but he can't really get in there. Just trying to fight here with this Faceless Void. He's just running her down right now. Nice Echo Stomp will slow them down just a little bit. Time dilation coming through. Does have that Eclipse. Trying to put as much damage down. I think they're going to be able to find. No, he's going to be able to walk out at the last second. And they turn their attention now. Going to be able to take down Crit. And they're still going to town over here. And that's a very dead S4.
Yeah, even if they kill the Faceless there, it's probably the same result, but yeah, that's just got to be salt in the wounds right there.
That last second just
Yeah,
deuces.
time walk. Double buyback. Luna just got her buyback, so she does have one, so the game's not 100% over yet.
They don't have anything big though. They don't have anything big to really like throw at them. They can't stop them from hitting these
Neither
buildings right now.
forward.
But they have so much more damage, it feels. And they also have, you know, the lockdown. There's the sheep stick coming out again from UR. And the jump forward coming out from S4. Getting pulled right back. This could be a dieback for him if he's not careful. In fact, it's getting real close on it. Burrow Strike comes through. Time dilation. Rezo is looking for that opening. He's just so speedy right now. It's just very, very mobile. Especially when you consider the fact that you have that surge. And he just jumps in right again. He's looking over here at Crit. Needs to be a bit careful because the Fiend Grip's going to come out. Is he going to be able to run out? No, he's going to get taken down. You are still tearing around, trying to just get as much of this in as possible. He's going to try to get himself away. And he needs to be surged up like yesterday. Does look like he's going to be able to make it out though. And the rest forward is just slowly walking. Oh boy, SVG.
Okay, so
This is the slowest chase ever. Do have MSS standing nearby though. Might be able to get the avalanche off, buy them a bit more time. And again, here comes the OD. There's the Hex coming out. They try to take down a beautiful vacuum wall combo here. Fly trying to get himself away. They will end up losing crit. And the silence over here on the OD, this is looking a bit scary right now. There's too much damage coming out. They'll take him down. Followed up with the avalanche. They will find a kill over onto Fly. Sumail still looking for this opening. Not going to be able to get those hits off. Nightmare going to get thrown over here. Arteezy just going to go right back to hitting the creep wave.
Darkseer's been doing work. Universe, again, he's obviously we know he's so good on this hero throughout time, but man, it seems like every time it's a 3 or 4 man vacuum wall. It just makes it look so easy. And EG, again, staying in it, they at least do enough to hang on into this game and give themselves a fighting chance 45 minutes in, but it is going to be that 14,000 net worth lead now, one of the biggest we've seen. Blinks, he's finding a friend.
It's a very hopeful shrining here. SVG.
Well, he took off the silence, so now he doesn't get the damage amp from the Orchid either, and he is fine.
And nice Lotus Orb there to purge. Speaking of Darkseer, he actually gets a Crimson Guard now. It's going to mitigate plenty of damage actually from that Clinks as well. And okay, he gets the parallel wall. This is an ability or the talent that I've seen picked up a couple times where it's it's hard to use very effectively, it seems like. So I'm really intrigued to see how Universe uses it here.
There's a potential for some really awesome plays, for sure.
Honestly, I would have liked to see a BKB pickup on the Clinks, just because every single fight I see him getting removed, getting hexed, getting stunned or gazed to death, and I think he could have done a lot more of that big damage output if he... Oh, DD for Rezo.
Oh, he doesn't grab Arteezy though. He's making his lucky strike coming through. He'll be able to get that vacuum. A BKB coming out from Luna. She's got that equipped. Rezo though, he still really wants to get the skill over onto Luna. Is going to have to run himself away though. Is separated from the rest of his team. And I think you just reset after that. If he had gotten that Chronosphere on her.
Yeah, that was probably GG if so, but...
SVG, hello? I guess he's trying to bait maybe a little bit. Those are the parallel walls coming through. Again, the slow coming through. They've got their eyes over here onto S4. He's going to be turned into a sheep. They take him out. He's no longer a threat. Look at Clinks just fighting himself over here.
That wasn't a vacuum wall, but that was actually a great wall nonetheless because it just completely zoned them out. They had no chance of responding to their teammate.
It's a ramp, basically. It's literally putting sides on the ramp. You have
the other wall's not doing... That's what I'm talking about with the parallel wall. It's so hard to use effectively for both of them. But
it was just a little bit over more, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
But that secures them the Roche here because there's no S4 to cause problems. Again, you do have the Elder Titan, but you don't have the Lunar Eclipse. Your big team fight is just not there to contest. They're going to have to give this up. Oh, especially if this happens here. Again, beautiful vacuum. They drop the hammer. Oh, Arteezy trying to fight himself out. He did just pick up that Satanic, and he's doing a decent job here. Still chasing down over here after Rezo. BKB is off, though. Can they find anything else? All right, jumping forward against Resolution. The toss back over onto Luna into the avalanche here. The Arteezy's in so much trouble. The BKB is going to come out. They go and they use the Greaves. He's just trying to fight through her, and they will finally take down Luna. And they're going to turn their attention to Crit over here. Rezo just trying to man-fight him. It's fairly tanky. He's taking so much damage, though. They'll find that double kill. They'll also find the kill over onto Sumail. Fly, fighting to the last breath, but will get taken down. That's a team wipe, and G gets called. Forward Gaming. Taking game number 1.
Yeah, that was an impressive play from them. And again, their lineup, you see MSS. Fun at the end, of course. As they should be.